I gotta say, if there's one thing I learned on Witch Talk, is that a lot of people want to be a creator and all the fun that comes with that, but not a lot of people want to be a leader. And I said yesterday in a little post that, it is folly to look at influencers on the internet and expect them to have the careful, critical, nuanced opinions of, say, theologians and philosophers and sociologists and psychologists and scholars, and I stand by that. However, depending on what you decide to be a creator of, what kind of content you decide to put out, decides how much of those things you have to become. So, of course, I'm not going to hold no makeup influencer or, food blogger or anything up to the standards I might put any other scholar of, but I certainly as hell, am going to hold people who create content about witchcraft to that standard. Witchcraft is so inherently political. There is no such thing as an apolitical witch. It doesn't matter what the hell you are making content about, something as simple as a money spell, something as complex as all the many syncretic traditions and all of the many closed practices born of a need to survive in the face of colonialism and religious persecution. The spectrum of which things get political is wide, but not once does it ever stop being political. One cannot come on this app as a Witch Talk creator, go and create this huge space for people to gather under this banner of, being marginalized or being outcasted or being any such thing. One cannot come up here and posit themselves as an authority and a defender of the downtrodden, only to, when it comes time to defend the downtrodden, hold their hands up and step out of the way and say, I don't really like either side. Both sides are bad, and I'm not political, and I'm not going to talk about politics. Honey baby, no. We can't do that. We cannot do that. I've said this once, I'll say it again. I don't know what other creators on this app see when they see their follower account. I don't know if they see a number. I don't know if they see an ego boost. I don't know what the hell they see. But when I look at my follower count, when I look at my profile and I look at that number go up and up and up, I see a responsibility. While I certainly didn't get on this app because I thought I was going to be some hotshot, awesome, super scholarly, whatever, the fact of the matter is that necessity demanded that I take this a little bit more seriously. Necessity demanded that I walk the walk as much as I talk the talk. And by teaching, I have learned so much. I have grown so much. And I do not carry within me that same doe-eyed, almost cartoonish little face that I had put on in my early days of content creating. I cannot, because I understand the gravity now of what I'm doing. Something that, as a white woman, as a white cis woman with a fiance that also makes me straight passing on top of it, never really occurred to me much until I started interacting with other people. I understood the very basics, right, of these kinds of things. I understood that Christianity has a hegemony over Western culture, and especially in America with white Christian nationalism on the rise, that wasn't awesome. I understood the very basics as a teen of, intersectional theory and in politics by virtue of the fact that I had mentors who were studying that stuff. But I still had a lot of growing to do, and by God, I had to do it, and I'm still doing it, and I will continue to do it. Because I understand that witchcraft is not personal. In many respects it is. In many ways. Yes, of course, your personal practice is yours, but there are elements of tradition. And that tradition stands on the voices and experiences and thoughts of thousands and thousands of people who came before us, living under every possible situation, from colonialism to, inquisitions to all these other things. Falls of empires, risings of empires. Witchcraft is something that's about community, even when it is solitary. It is something that is about social change, even when it's about personal power. There's no way that you can come into this space, put that crown on your head, and not have a neck strong enough to withstand its weight. Witchcraft is political. created by people who could not find what they were looking for within the institutions that were available to them, who could not find relief from the structures society had built up around them, who found no purchase, no solace, no justice, no mercy in the powers that be. There has never been a time where one who practices such a thing could stand up and say, it's got nothing to do with me. It always has, even if you don't think it does. So maybe some people are wanting to become creators of content right now. They want to, I want to start my own witchy thing and blah, blah, and they want to go ahead and start sharing their own experiences and their own journeys. Great. I tell you, the longer you do this, you will end up in one of two places. You will end up either losing that cute doe-eyed mask, that little almost costumey aesthetic approach to all these things, and you will realize the gravity of the work that you think you want to do. Or you will continue to play dress up. You will continue to play dress up, you will continue to talk a lot and have absolutely nothing to show for it, and you will continue to be seen as the absolute puppet that you are. So when you want to get up on this app, and you want to talk about how you're not political and how this and that and the other thing, think about how much you're saying about yourself and your capacity for leadership. Because it might turn out that that capacity is actually none. None at all. Take this shit seriously. You need to. Especially if you have any kind of platform and posit yourself as any kind of authority. There you go.